Hello, in this video I will demonstrate how to use the Microsoft Excel goal seek command to solve the classical break-even analysis. So let's get started. Let's take a look at an example. A company makes widgets which are sold for $20 a unit. The setup cost, which is fixed cost, to make these widgets is $15,000, and it costs $5 in materials and labor to make one unit. We would like to know the break-even point. I will first demonstrate how to solve the break-even point problem using the analytical approach, and then I will come back to Excel and show you how to use the Excel goal seek command to solve the same problem. Let Q be the production volume, R revenue per unit, TR the total revenue, FC the fixed cost, VC variable cost, and TC the total cost. Then TR, which is the total revenue, is equal to R unit revenue multiplied by Q, which is the volume of production. Similarly, TC, the total cost, is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost, which is BC times Q. Then profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost, or profit is equal to TR minus TC. By definition, a break-even point Q star is a production quantity Q for which the total profit is zero, or the total cost equals total revenue. Now, using our equations, TC equals TR at the break-even point, which is FC plus VC times Q, that is the total cost, is equal to R times Q, which is the total revenue. We take VC times Q to the right side, so the equation becomes FC equals to R times Q minus VC times Q. We then factor out the Q, so the equation becomes FC equals to Q times parentheses R minus VC, and we solve for Q to get the break-even point Q star equal to FC divided by R minus VC, or fixed cost divided by revenue minus variable cost. For our example, R was equal to 20, FC was equal to 15,000, VC was equal to 5, so Q star, the break-even point, is equal to 15,000 divided by 20 minus 5, which is equal to 15,000 divided by 15, or 1,000 units. So the break-even point for this problem is to produce 1,000 units, at which point total profit will equal to 0, or total revenue equals to total cost. Back to our spreadsheet. Same problem, company makes the widgets that are sold for $20 a unit. Setup cost, which is the fixed cost, is $15,000, and variable cost is $5. And we want to know what is the break-even point. This time I'm going to show you the Microsoft Excel goal seek command to find the break-even point. In addition to that, the advantage of using the Microsoft goal seek command is that we can answer other what-if questions. For example, what would be the profit or loss for making 1,500 units instead of making 1,000 units, which was the break-even point? Or for what volume of production the total profit would be $5,000. Switching to the other worksheet, the goal seek, I have put in the fixed cost at $15,000, variable cost at $5, revenue per unit as $20. And to start with, I have set the production volume equal to 0. So I'm going to define now the total cost. The total cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. So this cell, the formula for this cell is going to equal to the fixed cost right here plus the variable cost, which is 5, multiplied to the production quantity, which is in this cell right here. So obviously for a volume of 0, there is no variable cost. The total cost is only the fixed cost, which is $15,000. We define the total revenue to be equal to the unit profit or revenue per unit, which is in this cell, multiplied to the production quantity or volume, which is in this cell, and that's going to be 0. And lastly, the total profit is going to be equal to total revenue, which is in this cell, minus the total cost, which is in this cell. And that's going to be, for a production volume of 0, we incur a loss of $15,000. Now let's use the goal-seek command to find the break-even point, which is going to be in this cell. For that, I will go to the data command right here, and then select the what-if analysis right here, and then select goal-seek. And goal-seek says which cell we should set at. The cell that we want to set at is the total profit right here. And what value do we want to set this cell to be? Obviously, for a break-even point, I want the total profit, or the value of this cell, to be 0. And then the third parameter is by changing which cell, and changing the cell of production volume, which is this one, and then we press OK, and voila. The break-even point is 1,000 units, for which the total profit is 0. Now let's see what part B was. In part B, what would be the profit or a loss for making 1,500 units instead of 1,000? Let's go back to the goal-seek. And we're going to change the production volume to 1,500. And for 1,500 units, we will have a total profit of $7,500. Now let's go to part C. In part C, for what volume of production the total profit would be $5,000. In this case, we have to use the goal-seek again. Let's go back, and in this case I will go to the what-if analysis, select goal-seek. We want to set the cell B17. We want the value to be 5,000, and by changing this cell, the production volume here, and that's going to be 1,333 units. If we produce 1,333 units, we will have a profit of $5,000. And that is how you use the Microsoft goal-seek command to conduct break-even analysis.